Hi everyone, Nurse Sue here, and I'm going to show you how to make a crustless spinach quiche. It only has 162 calories, there are 14 grams of protein, and only 2 grams of sugar, so it's a really good recipe, very healthy for you. So what we're going to start with is our spinach. It calls for 4 cups of chopped spinach. You want to be really careful with your vegetables. Vegetables in a can are full of sodium. If you already have blood pressure concerns, you want to avoid canned vegetables because all of that sodium to process them and to be able to keep them in the can is not good for your blood pressure. So frozen is better, but fresh is always best. So I always use fresh vegetables when I can. So I just have 4 cups of spinach here. And to chop it, I just took my kitchen scissors and just chopped it a little bit. That way you don't have the big leaves when you're trying to bite into it. Now what I'm going to add to this is just an onion. So it said to slice the onion thin and then saute it in a little bit of oil. I did not put oil in my pan. I just use a good nonstick pan, and that way I don't have the extra calories and fat from any extra oil that I might not want, okay? Now the recipe does call for a 9-inch oven safe skillet. I don't have a 9-inch one, so I'm just using an 8-inch pan. So in here I have my 4 cups of spinach, I have my 1 onion sliced, and I'm just going to put some pepper in here. And I'm just going to put however much pepper you like. It doesn't really matter. I don't always measure my salt and pepper. And then I'm going to mix it around a little bit. So I'm going to mix up my spinach and my onion. And then I'm going to put that back into the bottom of my pan, okay? So I'm just going to scrape this right into there. Move my spoon out of the way. Put all of that in there. All right. So that's my nice base that I have for my quiche. Then I'm going to take, in this bowl, I have 8 eggs, and I've already started to whisk them. I'm going to add to that 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. And again, I like the fresh Parmesan over the processed Parmesan crumbles that come in the can that we all put over our spaghetti. I like to use the fresh a little bit better. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of plain non-fat yogurt. The whole point of the yogurt is to make sure that the eggs stay moist. That's especially important for reheating. I won't eat this entire quiche in one day, so it's nice to be able to reheat it a couple of days later, and the eggs will stay really moist, so they're not like the dry powdered eggs that you get, okay? So that will work. If you're like me, you're not a big plain yogurt fan. That's not something that I typically have in the house, so you could substitute 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Just keep in mind you're adding more fat and calories, but I'm more likely to have cream cheese in my house than I am non-fat plain yogurt, okay? So then I'm also going to add in here just some salt. Again, if you're trying to watch your blood pressure, you want to be careful how much you're putting of that in there. So you're just going to put a little bit of salt to taste. And then I'm going to pour this right over top of my spinach and my onions. Give that a quick little tiny mix up there just to make sure that everything is down in the eggs as much as possible. All right. And then I'll just pop this in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes. When it comes out, this is what your quiche will look like. 1/4 of this is a serving. So that's really kind of a nice sized piece of quiche. Now I would put some salsa on top of this, and then maybe a bowl of fresh fruit beside it and a piece of toast. And that would be a really nice breakfast to get your day started. Or in my house, this is going to be breakfast for dinner. So I am glad you guys watched the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please try the recipe and let me know what you think.